What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Off The Shelf Book Club, and we're here to bring you our best moments of the first book that we've ran through, How to Be an Antiracist by Ibram X Khendi. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share it to people. This is a good way to introduce them to our show, show them what we're all about. And if you stick around, there is a never-before-seen clip that we have at the end. So, let's get straight into that.
I write it to people, baby.
To truly choose to love is heroic.
Everything would be all right if everything was put back in the hands of the people. And we're going to have to put it back in the hands of the people.
It takes the willingness to stand by and do what has to be done when it has to be done.
It's somewhere on page 16. But it's like we gotta start, like, we're not trying to save these people from their racist ways either. We're trying to liberate them from their racist ways, because it's truly it's chains. Because there's so much more beauty to life if we allow ourselves to let go of these things. And I also think that that's how we have to look at everything from now on, is like, we're not saying, like, we can only do so much, obviously. Like the dude with the Facebook post. Yeah. Dude's probably just not ever going to change. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But right. There's going to be people that we do come across that are going to be willing to look at a different perspective and liberate themselves from that thought and move towards a better life for all of us. Because the life that we and the perspectives that we bring to this world would be better for everybody. It's not just us.
I know, like, we're just talking about food here, but, like, we can really enjoy all those things in this world. Like, all those parts are in this country, and then enjoy the whole world, too, within it. You know what I mean?
I think people don't always give food enough credit with how it brings community together.
For real.
And how it creates community and caring and love and all of those things. I think it shows up differently in, like, it shows up differently here in America, and particularly I think white America, but it still has those. It can still have those core values, and in ways that you don't necessarily, or that are different for people of color. But, like, they all have those core values. Like, food can be extremely powerful in creating change, creating community, and all of those things. And I think that we sometimes really forget that having a meal with each other can do so much change.
Hip-hop is the storytelling of, like, oppressed systems and poverty. Because you look at, like, China, you have Chinese rappers, you have Russian rappers, you have UK drill, and all these people are coming from the more poor areas. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I find that interesting. I mean, it's interesting, but I think it's beautiful in a sense, because that is, like, what it comes from. It really reminds me, like, hip hop is the definition of Tupac's book or poem, The Rose That Grew from Concrete.
Yeah. You know, because the reality is nobody thinks it's going to happen to you until it does. Then what do?
It's a sad reality, and I think we gotta stop. Now we know. There's enough people who know at this point the realities of the dangers of this country, and we can't sit here and keep on sacrificing, at the end of the day, like, our women, because they're the ones who grieve the most and end up picking up the most from the losses of this system. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When it comes to the system killing their child, incarcerating their child. You know what I mean? Right. It's them usually picking up the weight, and and a lot of the times, I won't say a lot of the times, there are even some times where people get so, like, they're so used to it that they get complacent, and we need to start changing these policies so we can just let, like, you could tell somebody that life can be different, but we have to start showing people that life can be different, that there are different ways of living.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like this.
You have to understand and have the discipline and education to be in those spaces and respect the spaces. You can't appropriate.
Right.
You have to learn to be an ally. And first part of being an ally is shutting up and listening.
For real. Not enough people shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And take orders. Don't give. Like, especially when you're working within another community that is not your community, you do not have an true understanding of that culture. Yeah, if you want to be an ally, don't be given orders. Take them from the people around you.
You should only be given orders unless somebody tells
you
to give the orders to other people. If somebody tells you, I need you to go over there, I need you to tell them white people to do this, that's when you give the orders. You go over to the white people, like if you're white and you say you need to go do this.
Right. And don't, like, there just needs to be, like, if the true allyship is, learning how to work together and truly listen. I think that's, if you want to make culture mainstream, that has to be the main goal. But I think that making culture mainstream in a way is leaning too much into this capitalistic society that we live in, because soon culture will become a commodity, and that's not what we want.
Right.
Identifying people as this, separating people by race, and then giving them characteristics to make it easier to determine that they are more cut out for the inhumanity that we bring upon them. And if you don't see that today, then you're blind. Genocides are happening everywhere. And we allow it to happen because of the bodies that are dropping. Because of the color of the bodies that are dropping. That's why we allow them to happen, because we talk about people like this. We allow the media. We allow policy. We allow people to talk about other people like this. And once we start nipping it in the bud, that's when we can see the end of these racist policies. But that little thing that you think is just, you can't be passive about it anymore. We should have never been passive about it. Little things add up to big things. Because somebody wrote in 17 something, Carl Linnaeus wrote in 17 something, he wrote a book called System of Nature. And there is genuine science in this book. There's genuine science beyond the bullshit that he says about race. He sits here and he talks about, the whole book is about the natural world, ecology, like how how nature runs. It breaks down the different worlds in nature, like animals, plants, and minerals. That's important stuff. I think we can all agree upon that we need to be doing research. And I'm a person who believes in science. I want us to learn more about the world so we could take care of our world better. But even within that important science that he was researching about animals, about plants, about minerals, he brought hierarchy to that, bringing hierarchy to nature. And when we do that, that's how we determine that, gold is so precious, silver is so precious, oil is so precious, and or cobalt is so precious, or whatever resources are so precious. And we sit here and neglect other resources, like water. We sit here and we neglect all these other resources because it's whatever. But the things that we determine that are higher on the hierarchy, we put black and brown bodies to go pick it out of the earth and put our bodies on the line for a company. That is no stretch. What you put worth on, what you determine that has worth, that's all that matters. And when the world determines that oil is what's worth, it is the most what creates wealth in this world, then we will go and invade a country for that. If we determine that we need diamonds, more diamonds, we go invade a country and take it, or we enslave a country, or both. If you don't see that, you're blind. Middle East, to this day, Africa, all over Africa, shit, Venezuela, they got oil, they got resources, and what we will do is what we've continued to do since Carl Linnaeus.
Like Jasmine Crockett still needs to be held accountable for some of the things that she's done or said yes to, and all of that. And you can still vote for her, and she can be a better option.
Yeah. And I wish there were, like, obviously there is something that we can do to get out of this two-party system, but I want to get out of this two-party system as fast as we need more options. Mm-hmm. These two people that they always choose is just some bullshit, like Amy Klobuchar. Sorry, shorty, you locked up how many people? You targeted how many people of color? I'm not ever going to trust you. I'm not going to trust you. And maybe we can work. I know I need to work on my reconciliation, work on trying to find that with other people. Mm-hmm. But the way you talk about these things that are going on constantly in the community, you never really show the real, like, she's always shown the same spinelessness that all Democrats show. Oh, we still gotta be tough on crime. And what we talked about earlier, when you're being tough on crime, low key, you just say that you're being racist. Mm-hmm. You're creating racist policy, mm-hmm. because that's who it affects the most. It affects people of color the most. And we just gotta start holding these people accountable. Because Amy Klobuchar, you like to lock people up. I'm not for it. Yeah, you love to lock people up.
My opinion, you gotta go.
Truly, mine too. I don't think you could convince me that or any other way. But you can't be pro-prison and pro-education. And right now, we don't need somebody who is pro-prison. We got enough people in prison. We need somebody pro-education, pro-social services. Fuck funding the prisons. We can't sit here and have any more fucking excuses about it. Like, at the end of the day, these motherfuckers ain't got no spine. So what do you think is when they let these things slide right now? Like, every motherfucker everybody who is in Congress, Senate, whatever, tally these damn names down, because they're the ones letting this shit slide. Mm-hmm. Tally their fucking names right now. The fact that the SAVE Act is that what it's called, with the voter identification shit?
Yeah.
That, which is anti-democracy, point blank, period. They allowed that shit to happen, and it's not only just going to affect the criminals, they said, or the fraudsters, quote unquote, they said it was going to affect. No, it's mainly going to affect the women, immigrants, people of color. They are going to, like, and that's the people that we need to hear from the most. They're the ones being affected by the policy the most every fucking time. So why are we silencing their voice? Because we know that they would fucking do what's right. And we continue to let these motherfuckers decide who's going to be the one in office. At the end of the day, if it was really up to me, Kamala Harris wouldn't have been on that ballot. Joe Biden wouldn't have been on that ballot. Fucking none of them motherfuckers that were even... Gavin Newsom would definitely not be on our upcoming ballot.
That one just pisses me off because I need us to be really for real right now. We have so much time.
Y'all niggas...
So much time.
Y'all act like y'all care about people, right? You want to act like you care about people. And this motherfucker Gavin Newsom sat here himself and was like proud to be one of the first people to help destroy a homeless or houseless encampment. Be fucking for real. And that's the nigga that y'all want running a damn country? The fuck? The fuck? The fuck is wrong with you? This is not. No, he is not. We gotta stop settling. The fuck is y'all doing? There is a nigga like Zoran Memdani out there doing shit in New York, and we should settle for a dumb fuck like Gavin Newsom.
Not to mention, we got so much time. We
Plenty
have so
time.
much time to find somebody better. We already just trying to settle. It's ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like trying to work with the Democratic Party is like your friend that sits here and keeps on going back to that man or to that girl that sits here and keeps on fucking with them. That breaks their heart every time. It's playing with their feelings, playing with their emotions, but they keep on going back to them. And at some point, you just gotta be like, you know what? You just go sit in your shitty party. You guys, you go enjoy that shittiness together. I'm going to go build something over here, and it's going to be better, stronger, healthier, and better for the overall life of everybody.
Because globalization is real, and what happens to us happens to others.
Right.
Whether we want to acknowledge that or not.
Mm-hmm.
What happens in, for example, even though they're not black, what happens in Palestine
Yep.
does directly affect us.
Yep.
Even as black people. What happens in Sudan and what happens in Congo, it directly affects us as people, because globalization is real, and like whatever, like when things happen outside of us, it still affects us negatively, and we need to like stop pretending like that doesn't exist, especially in terms of politics and who we choose to elect. And who we decide to vote for and hold accountable. Because
looking at you, Jasmine Crockett. Kamala Harris. I don't.
What's that nigga name from New Jersey?
Oh, that bald nigga that was talking for like 24 hours?
Yeah, especially.
Shut up, bald nigga. Bald nigga. I'm done. I'm done. If you ain't got no spine, get the fuck out the way. We don't want to hear from you. At the end of the day, I expect that out of the fucking white politicians. I expect that. But a cool ass nigga, I can't stand. Cause you is not. Yeah, alright, yeah. We was in the store the other day. We got a new name for coons, Uncle Tom's, sellouts, phony Negroni. That's what you niggas is. Phony Negroni. Jasmine Crockett, the nigga from New Jersey, Kamala Harris. I expect y'all, because you guys are people of, you are in community with people that are oppressed. Point blank period. Right? Like I said, if a motherfucker shoot you or kill you, what are they gonna do? They gonna say a black body. So you need to be in alliance with the black body. Because when that shit's happening over there, that's a testing ground. That is testing. They are testing what to do when they want to come and do it to us. You seen how the motherfuckers was... You seen how the ICE was moving, right? Okay, we're answering our chapter 6, the body questions. How the body, black body, violence on the black body affects society.
Which those questions are... How does our government and media portray black violence, and how does this affect society? And how does fear of the black body affect us?
All right. So, Jasmine Crockett and Kamala Harris, a bunch of, I can't think of your names right now because it ain't really worth it. All you phony Negroni politicians, listen up. When you sit here and you help fund going to war in the Middle East over the resources, right? Over resources. And y'all sitting here knocking down doors, going into communities, busting shit down, and you wonder why they hate Americans. Right? You wonder why they hate Americans. It's because you're going over there and doing it. And now that it's over in our fucking country, you want to act like you ain't fucking know about this shit? I don't give a fuck if this shit's happening in the United States. I don't care if it's happening in Sudan. I don't care if it's happening in Iran. I don't care if it's happening where the fuck ever. This shit is inhumane. Why is it okay to do? Because of some imaginary fucking lines?
Yo, shit's just straight red.
Phony Negronis. I don't care. phony Negronis, I don't care. Y'all, point blank period. Black people, indigenous people, we know how the United States do it. We know how it is to be oppressed. We know how it is to be massacred. So why are you supporting it? Because it's not in some imaginary fucking line? Get the fuck out of my face. Y'all are really lucky. Y'all are really lucky that the people haven't fucking woken up yet. Because guillotine for everybody. Because you're able to allow, like, it's a genuine war on humanity. Y'all niggas, like, y'all trying to pass the fucking puck. Hold up. Yes, let's get on these niggas' ass about Epstein. Let's get on these niggas' ass. Everybody. Yeah, Pam Bonnie. Stupid bitch. Give us the information. And if you ain't, there you go too.
The system gonna collapse. Maybe that's what we fucking need.
That's what we need. Exactly. Destroy and rebuild. Shout out to Nas, nigga. We gotta. And yes, you know what? I'm gonna agree. One thing I'm gonna agree with Pam Bondi. Yeah, crazy, right, crazy. Where was this energy with Joe Biden? Where was this energy when Trump back in 2016? Where was this energy with the 2 terms of Obama? Like, y'all niggas knew this shit was going on. And yes, get that nigga Trump. Get all them niggas right now. But y'all niggas, that doesn't take away from the fact that you were fucking supporting it before. You were letting shit slide before. The fuck? How long has it been since fucking Epstein done killed himself supposedly? It's been too fucking long. And now we're just now hearing the victims, them trying to actually get the victims' apologies? Now? We done lost one. Y'all don't care about the humanity. And that's what, we gotta get anti-racist. Let's get to this point. I care about the Epstein files. I care about that shit because that shit is people who are being fucking hurt. We could agree on that. So let's keep that humanity going. Keep that in you. And every time you see that injustice like that, we call it out and we get this shit. Guillotine. They should have did that shit to the slave masters. They were eating us. They were raping us. But we didn't do that shit. And you see how it continues to live on now. And if we let these fucking monsters back into society and we allow this shit to keep on going, let these politicians run the fucking show, that we're sitting here protecting them, we can't forget about the motherfuckers that were there. Sitting there protecting them in other fucking campaigns, in other presidencies, in other administrations. This Epstein shit ain't new. We need to figure out another word for these motherfuckers. Because I'm tired of it. They constantly show you the lack of humanity that they have. And you're steady trying to dehumanize us. We hope you enjoyed those clips. We really enjoyed bringing those to you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow us on all of our social media platforms. We really hope you enjoyed. And we do want to reintroduce our book that is coming up here very soon. We'll be working on that. Jessalin, take it from here.
Our next book is Unbuild Walls, Why Immigrant Justice Needs Abolition by Silky Shah. This book is going to talk about like the history of immigration in this country, especially within the recent years, as well as talking about its relationship to the prison industrial complex and abolition, particularly what abolition can do for immigrant justice. We will be starting that next Wednesday, reading the introduction in chapters 1.
Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned. Next week, we'll be coming at you with our first chapter, the first section. We'll be going over we're going to be going over the very first chapter next week. We will be doing this book. Each section will be a chapter because this is going to be a lot to go through and really try and develop well thought out thoughts to try and bring change and change people's minds, or just introduce people to abolition, because this might be the first time that a lot of people are, hearing about abolition. So, well, I'm really excited about it. We're excited to work with you guys about it. Don't forget, if you have any advice for us, what you think that we should do, any considerations that we should have for the podcast, feel free to reach out. If you want to help out with our podcast in any way, we always need, we can always use the extra hand or extra penny, dollar, $100, feel free, just reach out to our emails and stuff. And then if you have any opinions that you want to voice, drop them in the comments. Reach out to our DMs. Put them in our email. We'll put them on our episodes. We do want to share your voices because your voices matter just as much as ours. So let's continue to do this work and keep on doing the knowledge. Ashe.
Ashe.
I write it to people, baby.
To truly choose to love is heroic.
Everything would be all right if everything was put back in the hands of the people. And we're going to have to put it back in the hands of the people.